genetically unexplained.
Good afternoon, Benny here with the Core Driver, coming at you with some tips and tricks that you can rip off and duplicate in your own Uber driving market. And that brings me to my first con for Uber. They do not offer any proper training or tools. So I developed a few points, a few topics to bring you down to ground level so that you can get a better perspective of how Uber works. Another con, since we're in the cons, is asshole drivers. You will deal with plenty of asshole drivers when you're driving with Uber, whether that's young drivers that refuse to put on their turn signals, or seasoned drivers like taxi cabs that cut you off and ride your ass. And that's something that you need to be prepared for if you're going to be driving with Uber. Google Maps. Google Maps is not the perfect app. There are some issues with it, and I do run into issues with it from time to time. Whether it's getting you to a destination or hanging up. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does happen, I do find myself switching over to the Waze app. As you know, with Uber, you will need to develop a routine, a daily routine, and I would recommend that you prepare lunches beforehand. Leftovers, sandwiches, that type of thing, so that you are not dealt with the temptation to splurge and succumb to that temptation with fast food and McDoubles at McDonald's, because you will find yourself exceeding your monthly food budget every month. I am a huge advocate of Uber because you are self-employed. It is your own business. You do with it as you like. You put as much effort into it as you want. And if you put a lot of effort into it, you will succeed. You will prosper. And you are able to make good money with Uber. If you put in the time, if you put in the effort, you're gonna have to work at least 40 hours if you want to make a big check. And you could see upwards as much as $1,000, $1,200, $1,300. I've made as much as $1,400 working with Uber. Hey guys, this past week I worked about 5 days. I made $585. And I put in about 29 hours. This week, I put in about 15 hours and I made $445 in 2 days. This week, I worked 1 day. I made $115. I worked about 6 hours. But you have that ability to go postal and put in a bunch of hours. You can put in a few hours if you have a busy week and do part-time. And that's why I love Uber. That's why I love making good money with Uber, because it's flexible and you're working around your schedule. You're not living around your work schedule, which is what most people do with 9-to-5 jobs. You will deal with some issues on the road. and you're going to be talking to customer service with speakerphone. And I've always had a good experience with them. They've always been able to handle any issue I've had with trips, whatnot. And I thought that was definitely a pro with Uber. I've heard some people complain about their customer service, but I've honestly been very pleased with it. Job security. Uber has been around since 2009, and I would expect them to be around for much longer, as I see a very large demand for rideshare. And as far as the consumer goes, I get nothing but positive feedback from all of the riders. Fun. Uber is fun, and I would suggest that you have fun and you see the benefit to being self-employed. Because honestly, if you don't, you're probably not going to prosper. You're probably not going to be very successful, and things like asshole drivers or issues with Google Maps are probably going to lead you elsewhere. And guys, I have a few more videos regarding some of these topics. They are in the process right now, and if you're interested in seeing them, I would suggest that you subscribe. And if you like the video, give me a like. If you're feeling extra generous, scroll on down and give me a comment, because I encourage all comments, whether they're negative or not, because even though it seems to be the trend these days to be negative, I want any kind of comment you may have. Also, will include a budget in a couple formats just in case you guys don't have Excel, and I will also include my referral code. With the necessary amount of rides, you could earn upwards of $1,000 with Uber. So guys, thank you so much. See you on the road. Bye for now. I hate chalkboards. Are you recording this?